It's the Kunai guys. It's the Kunai guys.
このハートの存在には一切触れるな。彼らが兄の共謀者であってもなくても、うまく誘導して近深く幽閉する必要がある。全員分かったね。
So they had this whole conversation about this, right?
お前さ、疲れてんだよ。
And yet,
なあ、ベルトさん。こうなってもおかしくないくらい。
So he just admitted that. He's just like, you can ask him if you're just tired.
I don't know if Rain is a better actor or if Aaron's a better actor. And I really hope it's Aaron, because if he's not acting, then he actually got way more naive than he used to be. But this is like negligence almost.
Look at Mikasa though.
そうか。その通りだよな。何を考えてるんだ俺は。本当におかしくなっちまったのか。
Baron Holder's looking bugged out.
とにかく行くぞ。
You can sense the tense. Mikasa, she's like ready. She's ready to go.
ここに長く
But even still,
俺のすべきことは自分のした行いや選択に対し戦士として最後まで責任を果たすことだ。
Yo,
I forgot they zoomed on his face. Like his whole life just got turned around.
and he's still not doing nothing. He's just watching.
Toilet paper. Go on.
And he's
Also tight. He's still in shock.
And he's actually crying right now.
Finally. I can't. Too late, Aaron. Too late, buddy.
Too late, man. It took him like a whole 2 minutes just to respond. The whole time, he's just basically reminiscent or still in shock. Ridiculous.
What's going on, guys? It's Sam and Chris. Well,
What's up?
I said your name first, but Sam and Chris from the Kunai guys, and we're here with another video, a series of videos. We're gonna well, we're probably gonna do this a couple times a year,
Yeah.
right? This is our mid-season recap, and we're gonna do it on 4 different shows. So we're not gonna do them all in one video. So this is just gonna be for the one, but this is gonna be the first one. So we're just telling you now to expect the other 3 after this one. So the first one we're doing today is
Attack on Titan.
I should do this, right? Because I'm probably gonna put a picture here.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably gonna make a full screen. I'm just gonna put a picture over this whole part anyway, so you guys don't even see this part.
It's like Attack on Titan.
And we're back. So Attack on Titan. What do you think, man?
Man. I mean,
Wait. This is the mid-season review. So when I say how you feel, I mean about from first episode to now. So far, how do you feel?
from the first episode to now, I've got to say, basically, the way I see this, man, this show is crazy. Like, the plot is always changing. The way the writers did this is they did it correct. Like, I can't even explain it. Basically, it's a great job. Such a great job of what they did. You know, like, you don't know what's going to happen next. You know, from the start of the second season when, you know, when Annie's defeated by Eren, and up to this last episode where 2 more Titans, actually 3 more Titans are revealed. And that's coming basically from the same squad that Eren was. You know, I never would have expected that to happen. What do you think?
Well, I have to say that this has been great. I don't know if you guys got to see catch any of the trailers for season 2 of Attack on Titan, but it says to uncover the mystery behind what's going on. Uncover the mystery, and I added what that to say. It's on the screen. So now they're going into the conspiracy of what's going on. Like, there are Titans in the walls. Eren can become a Titan.
Yes.
Annie's a Titan. The priest guy doesn't want to divulge any information. These things are all coming together on different platforms. And then we have even the small stories with Historia and Ymir, and that was totally, out of left field for people who had no idea what was going on. Because since I said I read the manga, and I got to read a little bit past this point, so I knew all of this. But seeing it happen was amazing, and seeing how they crafted it, because it added a lot of the backstory stuff to make it more impactful. And I think that's part of the reason why they decided to wait to put it out, because they did tell a better story with the anime, and I think that they don't want to wind up having to compromise that by having to rush with to keep it with the manga, or rush the manga to keep it with the anime. So I think they made a good decision by making us wait, because this has been a really great season. Every episode leaves you cringing and also confused. And I think that Eren's father could be the Beast Titan.
Yeah, I just wanted, I think the episode with the Beast Titan is, the shocker is the fact not just that he can speak, it's the fact that he can actually has control over other Titans. And that's something that, that actually, that threw me off as well. And I want to talk about the type of, it's not just, basically, like the way you referred it earlier about how it's mystery being unrevealed, such as the main character, not even the main character, who was like a character before, who last year didn't really have a part, who was not really that, in the main spotlight, Krista. Krista, who turns out to be Historia Reese. Yes, Historia Reese. And the way I see it is basically the fact that she has a connection somehow to all of this because she's from a noble family. So that's something that I'm also looking forward to come get into details, something I want to know that's going to happen with her and her story. I actually want to know more about her background as well, because I feel like it's because it has something to do with the priest as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. If any of you guys have a chance to have read any of the manga, they do have a little bit of backstory, because they they dove into the time of society when Titans first started showing up. That was like a really crazy thing, and just seeing season 2 just go the way that's going by taking these personal interactions and opening it up to a larger story, where you have this noble family. So now it makes the conspiracy seem like it's almost something more kind of like we talked about in the first episode. If you guys haven't watched that, we're gonna put a title card right here
or there.
I think they're crafting the mystery, and I think it's gonna be freaking amazing. Because the fights are gonna be so well woven in, and you see what's about to happen. You've been waiting for something to pop off, and this was the craziest way. Now let's talk about after the episode in question, because shows like a lot of shows hinge on the pilot, the first episode,
Exactly.
the mid-season, and end of the season. Mid-season will get people excited for the second half of the season because you can lose people in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
As a show, TV shows, you can lose people in 6 weeks. Your mid-season is going to tell what's going to happen on the back half of the season. And we didn't talk about this the first time on Attack on Titan, but I think on the back half of the season, we're going to just kind of, based on what's going on here with the pacing, I think the pacing is pretty spaced out. But they have covered a lot of ground where we kind of got the idea of what we're going to be doing for the rest of the season, where now we're looking for this girl. We got Krista, we have Historia, your Midseason Titan, and now we're about to see what's going to happen with this. And now we're set to now we have to come back and watch. We have to see, like, Eren just transformed midair, punched the Armor Titan. Dude just said, hey, it was me. And just decided he's going to kidnap Eren. And, Eren froze in fear, so
the dreaded Eren talk.
Yeah, let's talk about it. For those of you who have watched the show as us, as we have, it just seems really weird and really out of character for someone like Eren, who has strong ties to people who he has close to him.
Exactly.
Him and Mikasa have such a strong bond. Him and Armin have such a strong bond. They've been friends for a very long time.
They basically grew up together. You can basically say they're siblings.
Exactly. They grew. You've seen them grow up, and to have someone that you practically just went to school with make you doubt your friends so much seems out of character for somebody who traditionally has so many strong ties to their friends and loved ones. Like, even Hans, like, he comes up and asks him a question like, are you drunk? And he doesn't even get offended. He just says, no, I didn't drink, because he's like, yeah, I know, I get it. And Eren has that kind of relationship with him, where he can just ask him, is he drunk, in front of a crowd of people, and he just answered the question. And I think maybe he prides himself in these relationships because he is a Titan. And I think that it's one of those things where, because you're different, you don't want to be an outsider.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose the faith of all of his buddies and everything. It's kind of like what's happening in Blue Exorcist.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Kind of saying, like, I don't want to lose my friends, and so I get that, Eren. I get it. But that does not make up for the stupefied look that you had for the whole 3-minute scenario. Like, you are a Titan. I know it's a confusing thing, and I know that a lot of things just happened, and you killed your first Titan, you're living on your first kill high. I get it. One of your buddies says, hey, I'm the one that smashed in the wall and got your mom killed. This is my other friend that kicked in the hole. You want to come with us? Or, we were going to write about the human race, but we don't have to do that if you just come with us instead. What do you say? And I don't think that Eren would be so naive to just kind of play that role of, I'll play along with this, because they showed the flashback of the conversation, and Eren didn't seem to believe what was happening. And this is my another issue with him and Armin. Armin is a very smart person. Armin is a very perceptive guy. That's kind of his whole character. Ever since they were kids, he's been very observant, very perceptive. He has a great memory. He's a good person to have around. He's a smart ass. So, and he can talk his ass off. So when he said that he remembered something and something happened, and the scenarios lead up to it, I think that holds a lot of weight. If you have commanders asking for his opinion and to explain scenarios, that means that they value with the words coming out of his mouth. And I just think that Aaron I don't know, maybe he got too into himself after becoming a Titan. Maybe he's lost some of his personality. That could also be a thing. Or he's just less aggressive. But he just seems pacified, not as angry, not as I'm trying to get this done. He's not as I want to kill Titans angry. That's fine. The rage is not there. Like it took him a while to come around. Like crap, these guys are traitors. It's like no, but you just had a fight with Annie. I know Annie was a dick, but it doesn't mean that it shouldn't make it that much harder to fight Rainer and Burnhold, who just admitted to you that they are the reason why your parents had that. Like that should have been a flashback. They should have showed that. That should have been what they should have done. Showed the flashback and say, wow, wait, you're the reason why, and have it just go down right there on top of the wall.
Yeah, I was going to add something like, for example, personally, from what I saw, from what Aaron experienced in season 1, when you see your mother die in front of you, basically get eaten by a Titan, I can't imagine what a traumatic experience it was for him. And you can tell where they were getting away into the inner wall that he vowed revenge, right? So he had this hatred, this anger, this power, like, yes, I'm gonna get them back.
We all remember the scene, sitting on the boat, eyes, kill all of them. Yeah. That was the rage behind him transforming.
So, and the first time, I could understand with Annie, the first season, when Armin brings up the idea that possibly that Annie is a Titan, and that she's the female Titan. And for someone like Armin and Mikasa's, those are your day ones, like they basically your siblings, your brother and your sister. And for you to be like, what are you talking about? It had me wondering. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? It was the first time I was like, oh, I get it. We don't really know Annie like that. She was quiet to herself. Well, at the same time, Armin's your best friend. But let's let that slide. I let it slide. Honestly, I let it slide.
Let's say he was in shock.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, okay. I let it slide. And then this time around, Reiner basically admits you that he's a colossal Titan, and his job was to destroy the human race, and that he's responsible basically for your mother's death. I'm no expert, but normally if somebody tells you that they're responsible for your mother's death,
I think you have to go full Batman on
exactly.
It. I think you should have went full Batman on it.
I'm pretty sure you don't just stand there and like, like you must be.
But they were my friends.
He was like, and then he goes.
Meanwhile, your best friend is cutting up your friends. Do something, man. Like, and she's like, run. You don't like. Who you gonna listen to Rainer? Yeah, you're not gonna listen to Rainer tell you the truth. You're not gonna listen to Mikasa tell you to run. The show, like, I don't.
Yeah, that's a frustration. And the fact that it's like 12 hours earlier, they talked about. Armin warns him again. This is the second time. Armin was like, listen, yo. Bertrand and Reiner could be possible tie-ins, but no. Eren just goes like, oh, what are you talking about, Armin? Huh? Like, that's impossible. Like, I don't know.
Did you see Mikasa's eyes? Like
Mikasa,
right before he took off the band, her eyes says, I heard every word and I'm waiting for something to go down.
Honestly, Mikasa was just waiting for Eren to get away from it, and she was gonna kill them both.
And of course, he's like a damsel in distress. Like,
exactly.
Legitimately, like that. That's what it is. He's like a damsel in distress.
I feel like he was more in shock from finding out that these two friends that he just made with were Titans than from when his mother died. That's how I really feel. Like he's more in shock. Like, how is that possible?
Like, remember when he stood up to like homeboy inside of the room, Bert or something like that?
Yeah.
Like he was like, I'm gonna fight for like what I believe in, like that's what I'm here for. And like he got his first Titan kill. And you tell me you get pacified when it comes to your friends? I don't see that happening like that, man. I don't see that being I don't see it like being a narrative for Eren. I don't see him being that weak of a character emotionally where that would shake him up where he wouldn't want to snap into action. I feel like he would have been maybe a little slow to react, like kind of like, in awe, but not to the fact that he has to be halfway down the wall in the clutches of the armor titan, which he's watched smash through the wall, right?
That should just trigger. That's like trigger.
That should be like that. That should be an automatic transformation.
Trigger. Like that should be a trigger. Even if you didn't believe him to the point, but the moment he transforms, like, shouldn't you be like, shouldn't it be a trigger like of anger, like, yo, that's really them, and like, let's do it. But like, he's already halfway down the wall carrying Eren, and Eren is like crying. Like, oh my god,
he's crying like,
come on, man, come on.
That's why I'm showing every single picture we're talking about because I just can't do this. Like,
I was just like, and it only took Mikasa like 10 seconds to react, and like she was almost there,
and she got her arm in the neck.
Exactly,
like she
got her arm in the neck.
Like she went to KFC and got a 2-piece. And like Eren still at the drive-thru, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know what I want.
Kind of want the mashed potatoes, but kind of my best friends too.
Exactly.
Like, no, man. Like, can't have it both ways. So,
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just annoying. We're going to see Eren get his butt kicked as a Titan because that's the only thing that he can do.
I just want to say that I hope everyone out there does not think that Eren wins this fight, because there's no way that Brolic as Colossal Titan, that's the name.
I wonder if he named himself.
Did he? Or is that the name they gave him?
Now, who names these things? Because did he just roll with the name? Like, yeah, I was the Armor Titan. I was the one that did that. Because then what if? Because that's suggesting that like there's only one type of each kind of Titan. Like there's only one Titan with that much armor. Like he's a special soldier. And we're gonna talk now a little now about the conspiracy. I have a theory. One, like I said earlier, about Eren's dad being the Beast Titan. Yes. I'm not gonna give a lot of evidence about that. I might share some things, but it's not that strong a theory. It's just something I threw out there just to throw some people off. But it could be valid. You never know. He is absent from the show, and that Titan seemed really interested in the device and science. And as far as we knew, I don't know if Eren's dad knew about 3D maneuver devices. Exactly. So leave that alone. I think that people are saying that Annie, Ymir, Bernholt, and Rainer all knew each other or from the same place. And if that's true, then maybe there's a place where special Titans are being bred, or where there's a lot of experimentation going on, and only certain small percentage of people are passing the test and becoming certain kind of Titans. That also could be the case as well. So I just think that a lot of things are going on. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in terms of conspiracy theory, like, besides, I don't agree with that. Like, that Eren's dad is that Beast Titan.
That's fine.
I don't think that. But
it'd be awesome though.
I just want to go back to like 2 episodes where the fact that we find out that it's possible, which is actually another shock in this series, is basically that humans can actually turn into Titans. And there seems to be some type of experiment going on because, when Connie, goes to his hometown, and it's actually basically a ghost town, but there's basically one big Titan that reminds him of his mother. I think that's like something that we got to watch out for more, because that's basically saying Titans are not just some type of beings. Then, basically, then if it's not just being, then who's turning them into Titans? Could it be the Beast Titan?
We don't know.
Ymir, she turns into a Titan. He gets a flashback.
Of what?
He gets a flashback of when he was on a mission, or maybe when he was with somebody back in the days, and one of his boys, or a close friend of his, gets eaten by a Titan. And that she reminds him of that Titan, because they look similar.
Right.
So that's another thing to go by. Like, is he the subject of an experiment as well?
He did say we were just kids. I also think that the theory about that is that Raynor and Boneheart, like they said, were on a mission to wipe out all of humanity, which means that there is an active effort made by somebody who has ties to the Titans that are trying to wipe out the human race. And then they say, but Aaron, if you come with us, we don't have to do that. So now the question is, what does Aaron have that they would want that would lead them to not invade the humans?
Boom, got it. I believe it's the key that Aaron has around his neck that his father gave to him before he disappeared. Since then, we have not heard from Aaron's dad, and they have been prevented from going to that spot to find out the truth because they were ambushed by the woman Titan, with Annie, basically. So I think it's important. I don't know, by hopefully at the end of this season or next season that we get to see him actually go to that basement.
Yeah, when do you think that's gonna happen? Like end of this next season?
Man, it's definitely not gonna happen. Honestly, it's not even gonna happen this season.
No. It's way like they would have to wrap up this storyline and then head from here to where Aaron's house is, and that's just not possible unless you just make that something that you just do without any kind of Titan attacks. And the Beast Titan is still in the area. He just climbed over the wall, but he's still around. He threw rocks at the tower, so just there's a lot of things going on right now.
I think basically what's going to happen at the end of the season is that it's just going to be a battle. Like I think
it's going to be a brawl. Like,
yeah,
it's going to be some kind of big brawl.
Honestly, like Eren loses and they take him because I don't see him winning that fight.
Do you think he'll get any better at all this season?
Yes, he has to. I think, honestly, I was going to also say, another theory of mine is like he needed that shock. That the possibility that his friends or his new friends basically could be Titans. So that way, he in the future, if he has to kill any future Titans and he finds out who they really are or if they're acquaintance of his, he won't be hesitant like he was this time around because that one was just, I'm still disappointed. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. No response on it.
I don't think there'll be any more though.
You never know. Like that's the thing. I think that's like one of the craziest plot, and what I love about Attack on Titan this season so far is like you don't know who's really what. Like
it could even be like The Walking Dead, where everyone already has the virus, and everyone's gonna become a Titan in some way, shape, or form eventually, and like that's just what it is. Or like there are certain factors, a certain amount of people that become Titans, and there's nothing you can do about it. There are certain you can inject people with a tournament of Titans. You don't know what happened to Eren. There's a lot of things that the door's been opened on that we haven't got to see.
Yeah, because remember in the first season, actually, there is a time where Eren flashes back to the first time actually when he becomes Titan. He has a memory of his dad actually drugging him and crying and telling me sorry about this. And so that's the thing we need to look in. Maybe next season that they'll look into Eren's past, or do you think that will happen this season or the rest of the season?
I don't think they're gonna have time for it, personally.
But I think basically the basement is the key to Eren's past. I think that's the key to.
It might be in the MacGuffin that you never actually get to see. They might never get to the basement.
That is true. That is true.
They could go push so far out that they could get about that plot. It could happen. You never know. It depends on how far ahead. That's why I think that they did two chapters ahead, so they don't 2 arcs ahead, rather. Sorry, so they don't have to compromise on the show level by making something up that's not going to tie into the major story. Because I think they're trying to avoid major fillers. Small fillers like the Sarah Sasha episode was fine because it built on one character's past and tied her in a little bit closer to her character, even though she wasn't going to get a lot of screen time. So that's kind of okay. But overall, nah. Just keep it simple. Don't. The pacing is great. He's gonna get a little bit better. I just want to see what happens with that. I think it's gonna be amazing. So let's wait and see with that one.
Oh yeah, so
Hey everybody.
we do the ending. Are you doing the ending right now, or what are we doing?
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Kunai guys. We also have an Instagram. We also have a Twitter. We also have a Facebook page. We also have more videos.
That's coming soon. Coming right up next. And please, please leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about the videos. You know,
We have other videos. Maybe
so
like,
that way we
like
can
right
improve.
here. Right here, maybe.
And make the show
Maybe right here.
a better experience for me and for you guys. Till next time, peace.